Welcome to the HB channel. My name is Hans Beekhuizen and in this show we look at the Atoll DAC100SE DA converter. The French company Atoll is known in smaller circles as a manufacturer having a purist approach to designing audio components, while at the same time striving for a price setting that addresses a wide group of audio consumers. The DAC100SE on review here is a very good example of this philosophy. At €530 it seeks a market position one tier above the entry-level DA converters. When I unpacked the DAC100SE to have it warmed up, I heard a sound as if there was a loose component inside, so I screwed it open right away. It appeared to be the buttons that have some play between the front panel and the actual switch, so no problem there. But the sight on the printed circuit board made me wonder whether the correct model was sent to me. Two separate transformers, discrete rectifier circuits, 7 voltage regulators next to the rectifiers and one close to the 8x oversampling Burr-Brown PCM 1796 DAC chip, discrete output electronics and MKP capacitors, component galore. Add to that the very sturdy metal housing holding a sticker at the back that states Fabriqué en France, and you know why I wonder whether I have heard the price wrong, but I didn't. I do apologize for getting a bit technical, and all of the above does not guarantee sound quality. But I didn't expect that much and that quality components and circuitry in a €530 DA converter built in Europe. But let's get to the user side of things. The DAC100SE measures 31 by 20 by 6 centimeters and weighs 2 kilos. The front is available in black or silver anodized aluminum. The rest of the cabinet's metalwork is finished in satin black. On the front left there's a signature logo with the O punched out displaying the model number in white against black. The 3 buttons further to the right lets you select 1 out of 7 inputs, 1 USB audio profile 1, 3 SPDIF on RCA and 3 SPDIF on Toslink. 7 nice green LEDs indicate what input is selected. On the right is a standby button with an indicating LED again in green and not in the irritating blue variant that has become so fashionable. There's a provision for remote control, but a remote control is optional. The rear holds an IEC power inlet, a power switch, the aforementioned inputs, digital feed-through outputs on RCA and Toslink, plus an analog stereo output on RCA. For listening via the USB input, I used the Mac Mini running J-Rhythm Media Center 20 and Audiovana Plus 2 alternatively. For SPDIF I used the Bluesound Node and the TAC DA30 professional DAT recorder. I started with my low-end Z3 and was not surprised by the sonic quality since I'd seen the inside. The difference in mid-range openness, spaciousness and the focus between the DAC100SE and the Musical Fidelity DAC2 was evident. And so it should be given the factor 2 price difference. Then over to Z2. Here the competition is much steeper. The M2 Tech Young and the Chord Hugo. The DAC100SE has about the same audio signature as the Young. Forward, bright and fast, but lacks some of the refinement of the Young. Again logical given the more than double price of the Young. Comparing the DAC100SE to the Hugo is pointless, since it has a completely different audio signature and a 3 times higher price. Despite that, I did hook up the DAC100 to my Z1 for a final reference. Not compared to the Chord QDB HDSD76 DA converter that comes at about 10 times the price of the DAC100SE. No. Here the test is whether I could live with the DAC100SE. Would it make music, or would the high resolution of this set make artifacts of the DAC100 unbearable? The first was the case. The highs tend to be slightly harsh and voices and brass instruments are accentuated, but the low end, and my system goes down to 16 Hz, was impressive, as was the stereo imaging. Again, not up to par to the QDB, but the sound was impressive enough to forget the limitations and just listen to the music. A good way of judging this is to sit elsewhere in the room and read a book or a paper while playing music you know. If you enjoy the music, there's nothing fundamentally wrong. As was the case with the DAC100SE. As always, I did my standard set of measurements on the Atoll, only to find that this is one of those devices that sound very good and measure poorly. That's not the first time, I can assure you. Already in the 80s, when my publishing company was amongst the first to have an audio precision, the System 1 at that time, we came across a Burmester CD player that sounded like we'd never heard before. But it measured worse than the cheapest Panasonic player at that time. The DAC100SE measured not that bad. For instance, the linearity started to deviate from -60 dB full scale to be +2 dB at -90 dB full scale, and the FFT of the harmonic distortion plus noise showed strong harmonics. This was not what I'd heard, but double checking brought the same results. I wonder if we will ever be able to explain this. But what the heck, the French have a saying, c'est le ton qui fait la musique. It's the sound that makes the music, and music it makes. Within this price bracket, the DAC100SE is a fantastically built, good sounding DA converter, offering 7 remote controllable inputs. Due to the USB audio profile 1 standard, the USB input is limited to 96 kHz, but the 6 other inputs support 192 kHz. At 530 euros, this is a very musical sounding DA converter with an upfront sound without getting aggressive. It will be a pleasure to own and to listen to. I hope you found this video useful. More reviews are on the way, so subscribe to this channel, follow my Facebook page or my Twitter account if you want to keep posted. You find information in the description below. And if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and tell your friends on the web about it. Questions can be posted below on my Facebook page or on the contact page on the hbproject.com. My name is Hans Beekhuizen for the HB channel. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video or on the hbproject.com.